let's talk about Penn State men's hockey. They are playing in the Frozen Four, as we have discussed at length, both last week and now this week, with Tyler King a little bit. I was thinking about this. Here's what I was thinking about. Remember last year during the college football playoff when Penn State, a lot of people were like, "This is Penn State's best chance to win a national championship." In the sense of like the way the seeding broke out, and they played SMU and they played Boise, and they had a pretty good chance to beat Notre Dame. And I kind of like, I hate to like kind of compare the two, but I'm starting to kind of understand that logic a little bit more, or feel that way a little bit more about like, I kind of expect Penn State men's hockey to go to St. Louis with the, well, we're here, we might as well win type attitude. Because I think that's maybe the attitude they've had in a lot of ways. We might as well do this type deal. And I think that would be where I'm at. Like I think the tougher task right now is beating Boston University, probably the third best team that they've played all season. But they've also beat the two teams I would consider to be ahead of that in Michigan State and Minnesota this year. And I guess you could make the case on Maine as well. I think if they played offensively like they played against Maine, I think they will be fine. I think the biggest thing, and I think you'll probably talk about this a little bit this week, is Aiden Fink probably needs to have the Aiden Fink of the regular season game as opposed to an Aiden Fink postseason game for them to take any hardware or have a chance to even take any hardware home. He's been goalless pretty much during the postseason between the NCAA tournament and then the Big Ten championships or Big Ten tournament. So I think that's where they need some support. It's about where I'm at with it.
I further in terms of best chance, from the Penn State football team and comparing it, not so much if we're here, we might as well do it, but it's harder for a team to get to the Frozen Four than it is to get to the 12-team college football playoff, it feels like. It feels like, for Penn State anyway, for the Penn State athletic program, the football team being one of the 12 feels like that's got a better shot on a regular basis than the hockey team being one of the four. Not as a shot to hockey, it's just a tougher thing.
No, I think it's reasonable.
So yeah, I think this is. I don't know if they're thinking why not, because I do believe that it's not, that they're not BS and that it's just kind of business as usual. We just got to keep winning. We got to keep our heads down, because they are a fairly, humble isn't the right word, but workmanlike team. Like they're just kind of workmanlike. They do what they're supposed, and that's why the 0-9 the win the start didn't freak them out. Like it was ugly and bad, but they were like, okay, this isn't as bad. We'll be okay. Okay, this isn't as bad. We'll be okay. So no, I wouldn't be surprised if they played well. I wouldn't be surprised if they won. So yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. And I think Aiden Fink is important. At the same time, I think for them, if they were to overtly try to get him out of his goal scoring slump, that would be wrong. Like it's just going to have to happen. And I think that's one of the things in my so not deep hockey knowledge, right? Guy not messing with his lines late in the game in the regional championship, right? Running the lines out there, letting them play. I think that instills some confidence in players, right? Like he's not going to shorten things up and focus on these guys. We are a team. And I think that's a both subtle and overt message when that kind of thing happens. So I think they're in good shape, and you have to be excited. You have to be excited just that they're there. But I guess in the back of my mind, that whole 8-3 Ohio State game is a little scary from what BU can do or did. But I don't know that I would expect. I guess I'd be really surprised if something like that happened.
So that game to me, and I forget their goaltender's name, the Ohio State goaltender that was in that day, and I blanking on his name right now. But that game to me was, for as much as Ohio State stole that game from Penn State in the Big Ten semifinals, it was kind of like he lost them that game against BU, because that was when they gave up a goal. Pretty much when they gave up the kind of go-ahead goal, the dam broke, if you will. And I think the one thing that's been fascinating about Penn State this year is like And we saw it. We saw it in the regional final when they've been hit with a roadblock or they've been hit with a little bit of adversity. Like they have not panicked. They could have panicked in that UConn game. I think that's a great example. Hell, they could have panicked in that Maine game when they go down 1-0 to start that game. And I think I can't think of a time really since the run started all the way back at the frozen confines. And if you want to start it, say it started then, which even started, I guess, on a shootout loss. Like I think every time they've been faced with adversity, I think they've handled it. What is fascinating is they've handled it to a level that would make you think that they are a more tenured team in terms of their go-to guys, right? Charlie Serrato, JJ Webush, Aiden Fink, or even Arseny Sergeyev. Like I think that crew, that crew has handled it just as well as Carson Dick, Simon Mack, the older class guys that have been around and know when things hit the fan, how to step to the right direction. If you will.
Yeah, and I guess that's for me. That's why I enjoy it and just do it. Like going back, it's almost kind of like 2016 now with another football thing. You know, that was so unexpected and people didn't think it was going to happen. Go ahead and just enjoy this because you don't know when you're getting back. You know,
Right.
leave it out there and just have a good time. So I think they'll do that. Like I just talking to some players, the players they provided us today, and body language, and just reading between the lines of stuff and listening overtly to things people say. Like it doesn't feel like they're giving lip service to who they are and talking about what they are. This is the team. This is their identity, and they're going to go out there and play the best they can, and it may turn out well for them.
Yeah, well, that's a good way to put it.
You watching at home?
We'll be watching the Frozen Four at home,
Okay.
but we will see what happens in terms of Saturday. That's all I will say.